And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball coming up for Jackie Robinson Day. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Washington Nationals. John Sciambi with you alongside Chris Singleton. Chris, today a special day on the Major League Baseball calendar, Jackie Robinson Day. Everyone on the field wearing number 42 to honor Jackie and his breaking of the professional baseball color barrier in 1947 with the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Well, Boog, it's a great day for everyone in terms of just the unity that it helped to bring forth within our country, and a lot of times that's done through sport. But for me as a black player, when I think about Jackie Robinson and I think about the connection of such a great player and all of the adversity that he had to endure, baseball's hard enough just to play, but then everything sort of on the field, off the field, and how he persevered through that, so inspiring.
First pitch coming your way next. About to get started here. And today's starter, Jackson Jobe.
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
Okay, ball set to go. And now here's the Dodgers designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. And the pitch. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. The pitch. And that's off the inside edge. And it's a full count. Hard hit. Knocks it down. He doesn't have a play, and they come away without an out.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Sneaks through, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side. And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Now it's Mookie Betts. That one not close. 2-1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
First and second here, no outs. That one ripped. No one can get there. It falls in. Fires it to the plate. Not in time. He's safe. A run comes in on the play.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. First and second, no outs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Way outside, and the count is 2-2. Traffic on the bases with one already in here in the third and final game of the series. Back up the middle and a base hit. Here comes Freddie around third. Pulls him to third safely as a run scores.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Pretty good spot. Hard and inside, but that's a perfect example of keeping your hands inside the ball, tight to the body. The ability to take that back up the middle shows his approach is to use the entire field.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. And the right-hander deals.
Nope,
just missed. That one hit to right. Garrett settles under this one. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. And now the runner will score from third on a wild throw.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Adam Duvall.
Adam Duvall at the plate. Already 3 runs across in the frame, and we're just getting started here in the top of the first.
Yeah!
And now 1-2.
So far, all we've seen in this at bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
And here it comes. On the ground. Oh, great stop. To second, and it pulls the shortstop off the bag.
Batting seventh.
Second basemen definitely have some pretty tough throws to make when they're trying to feed the shortstop at second for a double play turn because of the angles and difficult footwork. So it's always a difficult play, but one that needs to be made. When your pitcher gets you that ground ball that can be a double play, it's a killer when you can't get at least one out of it.
James Outman, the next to hit. 2 on, 1 out. Breaking ball in there for a strike. The pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. The pitch. Good job to fight that one off. And the pitch. 1 at second. What a double play that was. Inning over. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Nats coming to bat. Back in Washington, D.C. And on the hill for the Dodgers, Tyler Glasnow.
Oh, a very solid ERA last season, just a little over 3. And when you've got a guy like that taking the mound for you, the offense is definitely expected to score 4 runs at least, unless they're really struggling. So more times than not, when he's on the mound, you're going to win the ball game if you just do your part as an offense. So last year, great year. He wants to repeat that or even improve. And I think there is some room for improvement. He's got good stuff. It's just executing from hitter to hitter.
That's off the mark. The count now 2-2.
2-2.
Bounce to the left side. Whips it to first on the run. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting second.
As we take a look at the Nationals lineup. Already they find themselves down 3 runs in this game, so there's work to be done.
Yeah, you want to see them come out with a little urgency here. You don't have to score all 3 runs, but put something up on the board, and that'll make you feel a little bit better about your opportunities. But if you're looking at that 3-run lead and saying we've got to get it right now, you can put yourself up against a wall and not have really good at bats. So just trust the process. Trust that your pitcher can hold them right there. These guys could find themselves back in this ball game.
Just missed.
It's a good take.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Harold Ramirez at the dish. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Freeman hauls it in to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They trail it here 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the right fielder, Dalton Rushing. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And another ball.
Boog, one of our favorites. Jerry Hillsdale umpiring behind home plate in this one. Pretty much by the book with his strike zone.
And because he's so by the book, you'll sometimes see pitchers questioning him. They'll make a good pitch on the edge of the zone, want the strike, and not get the call. But most of the time, Jerry gets it right. He's a good one. Cut out and missed. Struck him out. And quickly one away in the second. Trey Sweeney steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And the righty deals. This to center field. Cruz on the move. Makes a nice running catch. 2 away. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. The 1-1. That one to first. Ramirez. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's going to be Stone Garrett. Glasnow ready and deals.
Ball.
And another ball.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
There's a strike.
Count is full.
Right-hander kicks, deals. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Leading up for Washington.
And now it's Keibert Ruiz. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Outman drifts towards it, puts it away for the out.
Batting 6, the second baseman, Luis.
And now it's Luis Garcia. The Dodgers leading by 3, bottom half of inning number 2. The next pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Next offering is downstairs. And he couldn't come up with it.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
So 1 out with 2 aboard. Eddie Rosario getting ready to hit. 2 on, 1 out. Swings and misses. It's 2-2. And there's a ball. Glasnow, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this. And he deals. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
So first and second with 2 outs. And here is Sosa to the plate.
1 and 2's the count.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high-leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Now the throw to first on the run. And that is that. So the Nats leave a pair. They trail in this one 3-0. All set for the start of the inning. Freddie Freeman up to the dish.
Freddie Freeman.
Left-hand hitter waits.
It's been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His third inning is so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Out to short. Slings it across, and Freeman is retired.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie Betts. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1. 1 out, bases empty. Fouls one off. 2-2. Next offering misses down and away. On the ground to third. Throws across the diamond, and Betts is set down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That's down and in. A slider missed.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
2 out, space is empty. And that's ball 4.
Ball 4. Take your base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
The pitch. And a swing and a miss.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Now one missed.
2-2.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Guerrero, the runner at first with 2 gone. Hard hit left side. They take the force out. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. 1 left for LA, but they lead at 3-0. Back here in Nationals Park, bottom of the inning, digging in, Dylan Cruz. Kicks and deals. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So now back to the top of the order.
He was all over that one. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield, and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So the lineup flips over. Runner on the move. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. The Nats trailing by 3 here in the last half of the 3rd. That one misses, and the count is 3-1. Foul ball there. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Now a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to play with some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
And a foul ball. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game.
2-2.
In the dirt. In there safely. And 2 in scoring position. Now, thanks to that wild pitch.
Well, Boog, it's already been a tough start to this inning as it is, and that wild pitch is going to make things even tougher. 2 men in the scoring position now, still with nobody out, so this really becomes a strikeout situation on the mound.
2 runners in scoring position, nobody out. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. Here comes a pitch. Now a screamer into the outfield. And foul as it bangs off the fence. Righty delivers. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin.
Right side, Sweeney. Fires over to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Stone Garrett digging in for the Nationals. 2 outs. And a pitch. And another ball. That to right. And that's a fair ball. He's in safely at second. And a run comes in to score.
No, he didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. Just a flare down that right field line, and he got it to drop in fair. I guarantee you, he was yelling, get down, as he ran out of the box because, Boog, sometimes you just got to talk to it.
And in scoring position with 2 away. Next to hit for the Nats, Keibert Ruiz. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1-2.
Runner at second, 2 down. That one down the line. Fair ball. Runner around third. Now it rolls down into the corner. He scores to tie it up. It's 3-all. And he's got a double.
Gets it done to drive in the run and tie it back up. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
So 2 down. Up now for Washington. Luis Garcia on the ground right side. The throw to first, inning over, and it could have been worse. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. On to inning number 4. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back at the ballpark here on Jackie Robinson Day. Here's the left fielder, Adam Duvall. The 1-1. Up the middle, and that one handled, and he'll just eat it. That's an infield single.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2. You know, Singy, when you think about every player wearing number 42 on Jackie Robinson Day, you can thank Ken Griffey Jr. for all of it. Griffey was the first player to come up with the idea of wearing number 42 back on April 15th in 1997, the 50th anniversary of Robinson's Major League debut. Duvall aboard here at first with nobody out. Wouldn't chase that time. That was also the day that Bud Selig retired his number. And Griffey, who was playing for the Mariners at the time, asked to have his uniform number flip-flop, switching from 24 to 42. Here comes a 3-2. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch, top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And now Dalton rushing. Bounced out to short, dive, and he's got it. Feed to second, that's 1. Now he launches a throw over his head, and it's going to wind up out of play.
Well, they hung in there at second to get the out, but the return throw to first is way offline, and I have to think the runner coming in the second had a part in that. You can't assume the double play, but because the batter moves up past first, he does get charged with the throwing error right there.
Here's the second baseman, Trey Sweeney. 2 outs.
2 runs.
Returned to the mound. Tosses to first, and that is that. So the Dodgers leave one, still tied 3-3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the DH, Eddie Rosario.
Eddie Rosario.
And another ball.
Well, these Nats doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
In for a strike. Full count now. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
Now up for Washington, Edmundo Sosa. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Slider got him for strike 3.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner. With 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Got him. Another strikeout for Glasnow. So the Nets lineup turns over. Here's Tyler O'Neill. Fly ball down the line. Rushing makes the catch, and that will end the inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. We played 4, all tied up at 3 apiece. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher. Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Gathers and throws to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Wouldn't chase that time. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. Freeman hits it in the air. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Here's Mookie to hit. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average,
2-1.
but there's on-base and slugging, too. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Ripped on a line. O'Neill pulls it down, and that is that. Dodgers go down quietly. Score remains tied at 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Up now for Washington, number 42.
Helman.
That missed by a lot. And a count 2-1. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And it's a leadoff double to start the bottom of the 5th. So digging in, Harold Ramirez. Man at second. And
that's
another ball.
Outside.
And that one in the air center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One away.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
And now the right fielder, Stone Garrett.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
One out and a runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a bouncer. Throws to first in time.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Here's the catcher, Keibert Ruiz. 2 outs. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 left for Washington. So no change in the score. It's 3-3. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Joan Adon.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
One and 2 now. And that one upstairs. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Justin Martinez preparing to come on if needed. Machado getting loose as well. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
1 down, base is empty.
That's the ball.
Swing and a miss.
2-2 the count.
And another ball. On a line, base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch to the plate lately. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. And next for L.A., Adam Duvall. The 1-1.
Ball.
As he chases that one darting out of the zone. With the go-ahead run at first, and we're the top half of the 6th. Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here, home run. He powers that one out of here, and they take the lead. It's 5-3.
Pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
One down, and now the center fielder, James Outman. The 1-1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1-2.
At the belt and fires. Wouldn't chase that time.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Kicks and fires. Missed with a changeup, and the count's full. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
Dalton rushing now at the plate.
One thing that stands out is the rookie's ability to generate doubles. It's early, but he's already collected a few extra base hits this season.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now 5-3. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Aroldis Chapman.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Luis Garcia will hit next.
Luis Garcia.
Strike 2.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Look out.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And he walked him.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
1 ball,
well,
2
you got to
strikes.
find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
And a 1-2 again.
3.
Goes down looking.
Well, really nice job of finishing the hitter off right there. Glove side command, fastball firm to the outside corner. Tell you what, very difficult to do anything with that pitch, even if you do swing.
Next to hit for the Nats, Edmundo Sosa. The pitch. Almost got him. With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. That's too high, and it's ball 4. Another walk.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
2 on, 1 out. Here's the center fielder, Dylan Cruz. Base hit center field. Garcia rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's now 5-4.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good. Tying runs now just 90 feet away. Just got to be wary of that double play, though. That would strand him in the inning.
That misses the zone, and it's 2-1. that one at triple digits.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play.
And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third and 1 out. Couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up. And that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. That helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Struck him out looking.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Luis Machado.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, Trey Sweeney. The wide to kick the pitch. And another ball.
Down. Ball.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but it's so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Dives, and he can't hang on. Gets it there in time, though, and even with his speed, they get the out.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
And up next for Los Angeles, Freddie Freeman. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Everything came together for him. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
2 outs. Outside. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Out to short. They get the force. That's the 3rd out. 1 left for LA. They lead at 5-4. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Emilio Pagan.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And downstairs.
2-1 the count now. He hasn't seen a fastball yet, but you've got to be ready to hit one because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
Takes it in for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seen the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
So next will be the 4-hole hitter for the Nationals, Stone Garrett. Looking to get the tying run on base.
Hit.
Headed down the line. And that's a foul ball.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And here's the catcher, Keibert Ruiz. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. That one is absolutely belted. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Having a really nice game here. That's his second extra base hit. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Next to hit, Luis Garcia. Got him swinging.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Justin Martinez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And a pitch. And there's a foul ball. The wind and the pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. On the ground to the left. Sosa. To first. Leadoff man is out here in the eighth.
Now back. The catcher, Will.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Here's a 1-1. And another ball. Wouldn't
Ball
chase
outside.
that time. And Will Smith will take his base. He's got a really good eye. You talk about an offensive player controlling the strike zone. Will Smith controls the strike zone. And next for LA, Adam Duvall. Back in the sixth, he drove a 2-run shot out of here to help them get the lead they're working with.
Yeah, definitely one of the bigger moments in this game so far, and it could be one we look back on when this game is over as well.
One-run game, one out, one on. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
I see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
And at the plate for the Dodgers, James Outman. Swings through that.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
And another ball. Smith leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Caught him looking for the K. So it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Dodgers 5 and the Nationals 4. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Brusdar Guerrero.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Here's Eddie Rosario.
For the Nationals, the designated hitter, Eddie Rosario.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1-2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
And that one hit 97 on the gun.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And the pitch. And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Swing and a pop-up. And there's one away.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
So up next, Edmundo Sosa. One down, base is empty. Liner to second, it picked on the hop. Throw on to Freeman, and that quickly 2 away.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
And now the center fielder, Dylan Cruz. Holding on to a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a strike. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Still able to get it there in time. And they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. And the Nationals gone in order. They trail it 5-4. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound, Nick Mears.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Dalton Rushing digs in now. Left-hand batter waits. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The pitch. And that skips in the dirt. That's hard hit on the line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away.
Now back, second baseman, Trey.
And up next for Los Angeles, Trey Sweeney. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back there. Forget it. And they tack on to their lead. It's 6-4. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. And now the DH, Shohei Ohtani. And another ball. One down, base is empty. Good plate
Take your
appearance
base, ball
there.
4.
Able to take the walk.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And next for L.A., Freddie Freeman. First offering, runner goes. Right side, hard hit. On to first, and Freeman is retired.
Now batting, the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
And now it's Mookie Betts. Man on second, 2 down. And a foul ball.
Oh, he's ready for that fastball right there. Really turned on it, hit it hard, had the distance, but just too much hook to it. So might want to make a little bit of an adjustment, let it travel a little more, and see if you can keep that thing fair.
Just missing there. 2-2.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Now it gets away from Ruiz. Ohtani up to third on the wild pitch. One run across in the frame so far here at the top of the ninth. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Under this one. He's there. He's got it. And that'll do it. Dodgers add one to their lead on the solo homer. It's now a 6-4 ball game. You're watching Dodgers baseball on the show, L.A. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Evan Phillips. He comes in with a chance for his second save of the season. And now it's going to be Tyler O'Neill.
The left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
1-2.
Next offering popped in the air, right field. And O'Neill is retired. And there's one down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Michael.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. That one laced to center and a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Next pitch is outside.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
That's outside. And that's ball 3. Stone Garrett to bat next. Right side. Sizes this one up. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down. Last chance for the Nats in this one. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Stone Garrett. That one misses, and it's 2-1. Hit to right, and that should do it. They'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers salvage the finale of this 3-game series.
Well, Boog, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
And this one ends with a final score of 6-4. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. For the victorious Dodgers, 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 7 runners on base. For the Nationals, 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 12 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon.